Alright, welcome to the first installment of the Seriously Ghetto Series. I'd like it to be seriously pro, but the fact of the matter is neither my skills nor my budget allow for that. So, this is mainly for the Traxxas Flyers Club. A lot of you guys know me. I've been talking about doing a build. I'm just about to get started, but I don't have all my parts yet. I thought I'd just kind of introduce myself a little bit. My name's Ed Johnson, and I haven't been in this very long. And I've been kind of wanting to do a build. My budget, as I mentioned, doesn't allow a lot of the things that I'd really like to have, but also, since I'm disabled, I have a ton of time on my hands. I've been able to do a lot of study and find things. I get more time to look around than other people do, probably. So I've found everything I need to put together what I think is a pretty good little 210 FPV racer. I get to do the build myself. I have some help from another friend, Richard Gunter at Rotocross Racing, pretty good guy. And these are the same quads that he builds, and I've gotten to see them fly and take some abuse. They're pretty tough. They perform very well. I've gotten with that out of the way. If you want to see these, these videos will be on YouTube. My channel is Cutting Edge, CUTTINEJ. If you want to go look at it there, like, subscribe, whatever, that's your business. There's no money involved. I'm not shilling for anybody, and it's just there mostly for me, and but you guys too. If anybody else gets anything out of it, that I consider that a bonus. One thing I'll tell you right now is I'm not shilling for anybody. I told you there's no money involved. I'm not advertising. I'm not selling. I'm just showing you what I found. If that helps you, that's good, and if it just don't hurt, that's okay too. So let's start looking at what I found first. The kit that I'm buying is unbranded. It's probably exactly the same as some others with a brand name on them, but it doesn't have the brand name, so it doesn't cost nearly as much. One of the things that it comes with is 12 amp ESCs. I don't remember the firmware. Richard recommended these. It's an FVT little b 20 amp ESC. So I got some, $11 from the site that he showed me. You can look around, they're not hard to find. A lot better performance. It's going to be using the BL Healy firmware, which I will be able to configure from the BL Healy suite. That's software you download. You can Google that and find it too. Now, this requires another little piece. Cost me about $5 from Hobby King. That's an ESC linker. That's a pretty standard little piece of gear. This one's kind of simple. It allows me to switch between firmwares, Simon K or BL Healy, and configure them within the BL Healy suite. Now, on the end that I'm holding here, that's the USB connection. You need a cable, and I just happen to have one. It's a little different from a regular USB cable. This would be like the end that goes into your computer, and that is actually where it will go. But the other end is like the part that's already in your computer. I don't know if you can see this or not. Let's see if I can get up close enough. That's like what you would plug the other end into in your computer, and that's what this little board fits into. So let me just plug it in and show you. And in the BL Healy suite, there's some first you make a link, and then you connect to the computer, and it just pretty much does it all for you. There's actually a way, once you have it built, you can connect, and by setting one ESC, number 1, which becomes the master, or the other 3 are slaves, you do your configuration and calibration on one, and then it copies everything over to all 4, so you really only have to do one to get the whole thing done. Now, the one thing that I still have to do to this before I can do it is this little 3-pin pin block goes in to the end here. I have to solder that. I've got my soldering skills good enough that I can do that now. That will allow me to connect to this end. This little channel cable looks just like a regular servo cable, but doesn't have this kind is opto. It's not linear. It's a switched opto ESC. It only has 2 wires here. There's no power wire. It's just signal and ground. So what I have to do is, after I get it hooked up, I have to supply power to the ESC, but that's not too tough either. You can watch a video on FlightClub on YouTube. That guy's got some really good building tips too. Now, once I get all that set up, that's a little something that I've got to play with until the rest of it comes in. I also got in from Hobby King a little discovery buzzer. I think I can also use it for a low voltage warning. Frankly, I don't think I'd be able to hear it with the motors running and flying if it was very far away, but I have some hearing issues too, so you might be able to. But this will mostly be for hooking up to a switch on the radio that comes with this kit. By the way, that kit comes with a radio and a receiver, so it's ready to go after you build it. Everything you need to fly it is in the kit. I'm just upgrading the ESCs. This buzzer, you flip a switch, it starts beeping if you lose it in the tall grass or a tree, which some of you guys might know that I'm pretty good at lately. It's loud enough you can hear it and you can find it. That's from Hobby King also. I think it cost $2 or $3, something like that. It wasn't very expensive. The ESC linker was about $5. The ESCs were like $11 a piece, but I've seen them for as much as $25. But it's the same thing. I've looked up the specs and researched it. It's the exact same thing, just doesn't have a label on it. Now the Pro version of that, the newer one, has a faster processor, and it costs a little bit more, but it's not too bad either. This one does have one shot, damped light, all those things that I know what they are and basically what they're supposed to do, but have never used, and I'm really looking forward to giving it a try. Okay, and the last thing that I got in, which I think is pretty cool, these are Turnigy graphene batteries that I also got from Hobby King. They were $17 a piece, 1300 milliamp, 45C, 3S batteries. Supposed to be just about perfect for this, but these graphenes especially are kind of a new style. They don't weigh very much. It's not a very big battery. I was pretty impressed. They don't weigh very much. I like this little packaging they put it in too. That box is really nice. The bag, it comes in a little velvet bag. I don't know how much I'll need that, but there it is. And then here is the battery. Hope you can see this pretty well. This is if you hold it in your hand. I don't know how it looks on the video, but if you're holding this in your hand, it's obviously high quality. It's good stuff. It's shrink wrapped all the way around. It's got warranty and labels and all that. Comes with the XT60 connector. It's just really, it feels good in your hand, and I've heard good things about them. I've seen good reviews. Wasn't terribly expensive, but at $17. They make a 4S, which I think is 13, might be 1500, and it's like 65 or 70C, and it's a little bit more than this, but not too much more. The one thing about lipos, as many of you know, when you have a lipo shipped, not everybody will carry a lipo, but FedEx will, and that's who Hobby King uses. I think I had to pay around $20 for shipping. That's just the nature of the beast. It can't be helped. But the one thing I found, and sometimes Hobby King is disparaged a little bit, cheap gear, whatever, but these are obviously a good battery. I mean, you just have to have it in your hand really to get an idea. This is obviously high quality stuff, and it started off in a warehouse in Hong Kong. I ordered it Wednesday morning. By Friday morning, FedEx was at my door. 2 days, halfway around the world. Good job, Hobby King and FedEx. And since I used to drive for FedEx, I think I can say with some confidence that you can be assured they'll do the best they can to get you whatever is supposed to come to you. So, really looking forward to using these and maybe trying some 4S later on. And I guess that's going to be it for the first installation of the Seriously Ghetto series. I'll add videos as I get things in or have anything to say or something to show you. Like I said, you can like and subscribe if you want to. You don't have to. There's no money involved, and I don't care one way or the other. But if anybody gets anything out of it, that's fine with me. And you guys at the Traxxas Flyers Club, if you're thinking about building, you might want to follow along here, and you can learn from my mistakes and maybe save yourself a little trouble. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.